Yo, welcome back to the Straight to the Point podcast, episode 8, featuring your boy Jay Bess. First of all, I just want to apologize for not having an episode last Friday. Y'all had went back home to see my family, and me and my mom, my little brother went to go see the one and only, the queen of R&B, the GOAT, Mary J. Blige. Y'all enjoyed myself, so thank you again, Mom, for being able to take me to go see one of my favorite singers. And I just things got out of hand. I kept telling myself I was gonna do it, and then one thing led to another, and I got real busy. So with that being said, you know what? I'm tripping because I'm always supposed to start the episode with God is good. I want to thank Him for just waking me up this morning and allowing me to go to the concert. Right, things that He do for me on a daily basis, and without Him, I would not be here right now. And I want to thank Him for waking me up this morning to talk about sports, which is something I love to do. All right, so like I said, because I didn't do an episode on Friday, okay, Friday I would have showed y'all the best 5 plays from week 3, right? So these are plays that happened not this past weekend, but the weekend before last. Okay, I'm gonna catch y'all up on that. And then, of course, I'm going to talk about the whole Tua situation. You know, it's sad right now. And now I'm going to talk about the best 5 games that I saw this past weekend. And then the preview for Thursday Night Football, as I always do on Tuesday's episodes. All right, so here we go. The best 5 plays from week 3. You know, I always got to have an honorable mention, always. And the honorable mention this week is Kenneth Walker from Michigan State, running back, played for the Seattle Seahawks. Look, I love plays where running backs just cut back across the field. It's like they're making a second effort, you know, and these are the kind of plays the Seahawks is going to need to keep that 500 records, to stay at least around the 500 range. They're 2-2 right now. Who would have thought, right? Nobody thought they would be this good right now. Well, not this good, but nobody thought they would be 2-2 right now. And plays like this that keeps the drive going is what they need. So good job, Kenneth Walker. All right, so here we go. The best 5 plays. DK Metcalf, another Seahawk, big body receiver, we all know, and he went up and grabbed his ball and grabbed a touchdown. This is what Geno Smith needs. Smith need a receiver that can go up and make plays in order to make this team successful. All right, so this week must have been Randy Moss's birthday or something, because all I saw was people getting Moss, and I saw receivers making plays. So all 5 plays are coming from receivers. Number 4, Alec Pierce, y'all, rookie for the Indianapolis Colts. Look, that's a strong catch. Okay, he caught that ball with his hands, very strong. Looked like Randy Moss out there. He's not Randy Moss, but that play, he looked like Randy Moss. Great catch, and this is what Michael Pittman, the receiver for the Colts, needs somebody to help him out. Needs a number 2 receiver to step up, and Alec Pierce might just be that guy. Great grab. Number 3, for all the New Orleans Saints fans out there, Marquez Callaway. Great catch. One-handed catch. First of all, I don't know where James was throwing this ball, because there's 3 Carolina Panthers over there. There's 3 Carolina Panthers over there and 2 Saints over there. So he just threw that ball up and said, look, somebody please grab it. And Marquez Callaway did grab that ball with one hand. Beautiful snag. That's number 3. Number 3. Yes, number 3 on the list. Now, this 1 and 2 thing, Devontae Smith is number 2. Okay, Devontae Smith would have been number 1, but y'all know what number 1 is. I told y'all it's going to be number 1 regardless. But number 2, Devontae Smith. He went up and got this ball. You know what? I should have put a sequence up here like I did with TJ Watt, because after this, he got hurt, came back in the game, and then snagged on somebody else in the end zone. But this play, this is what you call putting your body on the line. He actually got hurt from this play. This is what playmakers do. This is what Devontae Smith did in college. This is what I've been waiting to see. And he's finally stepping out of that shell. He's showing us how he looked at Alabama. All right, Jalen Hurts got him and A.J. Brown. That team is dangerous, and it's very scary, especially when they got receivers making plays like this. And number 1, probably one of the best catches of all time. People compared it to the Odell Beckham Jr. catch, which people said was the greatest catch of all time. George Pickens out of Georgia, the rookie for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Look, we have a diamond right here. This is a diamond. All right, this guy can be a legit receiver in this franchise if we get him the ball, which we did this past weekend. This past weekend was his first game over 100 yards. Okay, so George Pickens, great grab. I'm talking he was laying down on the couch when he grabbed that ball. That's how spread out his body was. That's how long his body looks. Great grab. Look like Odell Beckham Jr. out there, and keep giving him the ball, please, so he can make plays like this. That's my best 5 plays of week 3. So that was the week before this one, not week 4, but week 3. All right, so here we go. Week 4. This past weekend, I actually went 12-4. So I did the picks. I did my picks. I don't think I cheated. I did my picks, and I ended up going 12-4 this week. That's the personal best. So please give me a round of applause, snaps, whatever y'all want to do. Good job, Jay Bess, because I went 12-4. Okay, this weekend, I don't think it's really that hard for game decisions. I did pick a couple upsets, but I did go 12-4. So good job to me. That's huge improvement from my normal 6-10. All right, Tua Tunga Baloa, whatever his name is. Look, this is a tough situation. So some people say, he shouldn't have been playing in that game on Thursday night. Some people say he shouldn't have never came back in the game last Sunday, so week 3 last Sunday. And I was listening to Richard Sherman said on his on Amazon Prime on the post game report. He said that when Tua played the Bills, right? So when Tua got hurt against the Bills, it was one of the situations where we're playing the Bills. I need you to get back in the game. So they could have rushed through the concussion protocol. I know I've been through the concussion protocol a couple times, and I know every time I got a concussion, I missed the next game. So I didn't get through the protocol in time to play the next game. And I'm in high school, right? This is the NFL. So I don't think the standards should change. I don't think that just because you're in the NFL, the process should get rushed. And nothing like that, because this is something that we're looking at that can affect his future, right? CTE, all that stuff is real. Okay, Antonio Brown, sorry, but things can happen. All right, so Tua, I feel bad for him because what happened against the Bills. Okay, the fact that he stumbled and fell. I've never stumbled before. I rarely see people stumble after a concussion, but the fact that he stumbled lets you know that something was wrong. So the fact that he went to the locker room, got checked, and came back, I don't think he should have came back in that game. Period, point blank. But like Richard Sherman said, because we're playing the Bills, they probably rushed him back. They said, we need you to go out there and finish this game. He got hurt in the second quarter. Right, so he came back second half and he finished that game. Luckily, he didn't take no more hits. But then Thursday night, and think about it, this is not a Sunday to Sunday week. This is a Sunday to Thursday. So you rush through that protocol on that day, and then he plays 3 days later. I don't like how they handled that, and that's why they fired the doctor that examined him. Right? They there's consequences, right? The consequences for actions, and not only shouldn't they have rushed him back, but that hit that he took on Thursday night, I think, like the coach said, the coach came out and said, look, what happened on Sunday did not cause for him to fall the way he did tonight. That is very true. That play that happened Thursday night could have happened to anybody. Right, but I think the effect was worse because of what happened Sunday. So we're taking Sunday's injury and we're piling it on to Thursday's injury. Okay, I learned throughout my life that when you get a concussion, you're more likely to it's easy to get another one. Okay, so he got that concussion on Sunday. Y'all rushed through the protocol. He comes back Thursday, gets another concussion. Now it's like worse. Now they're talking about brain trauma and stuff like that. So they definitely should not have rushed the situation. I think Tua should not have played Thursday, but he did, and you saw what happened. So, I mean, it's very tough, and they say he's out for this coming week, for week 5. I think he should be out a couple weeks, man. Let him get fully back, get himself together. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this could really shorten his career, y'all. This is something that is very serious. I know concussions over the past couple years, rules have changed because of concussions. A lot of things evolve around concussions. So that's a very common injury in the NFL, especially as much physical contact happens and things like that. So the Tua situation is bad, but it's real. We got to deal with it, and hopefully he comes back 100%. That's hope for the best, pray for the best. All right, so the best 5 games that I saw this past weekend, y'all. Number 1, Bills and Ravens. Okay, Josh Allen, 19 of 36, 213 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 11 carries for 70 yards and a touchdown. That's a pretty good stat line. We've seen better, of course, but that's a pretty good stat line. Lamar Jackson, okay, 20 of 29, 144 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 11 carries for 73 yards. Now, if y'all go back to my past 2 episodes, I told y'all, Lamar Jackson's playing good right now. But what he's not doing is finishing ball games. I told y'all this in the past 2 weeks. Well, the Dolphins game, he paid for it, right? They ended up losing that game. The Patriots game, I told y'all, if he would have played a Joe Burrow, a Mahomes, a Josh Allen, he would have lost that game because Mac Jones kept turning the ball over. Now, they play the Bills, right? And this is the game where people keep saying Lamar this, Lamar that, Lamar this. This is the game that I watched because I wanted to see him do what he does against the Bills, against a contender, against a team that everybody thinks going to Super Bowl. I want to see you go out there and perform against this team. And he didn't do it. First half was a good half. Okay, it was, but you got to finish games in this league. You got to put the nail in the coffin. You got away with it last week against the Patriots, and it happened this week. I tried to tell y'all, he is not finishing games, okay? And even with the time of possession, it looked a little lopsided, right? The Ravens had 38 minutes and 10 seconds. They had the ball, and the Bills had the ball for 21 minutes and 50 seconds. Okay, so the time of possession is kind of lopsided. You got to win these games. The Ravens was up 20-10 at halftime. The Bills scored a touchdown right before the first half ended. So 20-10 at halftime. You got to put this game away, Lamar. Lamar did not score the whole second half. So it was 20-10 at halftime. The final score ended up being 23-20. Sorry. You got to finish games. In the second half, this is exactly what happened. Every drive. So I went and looked at every drive, and I'm gonna tell y'all what happened, what transpired. Okay. In the second half, the Ravens got the ball. They punted. Bills go down, score a field goal. All right. So now we're looking at 13-20. The next possession, Ravens punt again. Josh Allen scores again, 20-20. Okay, so that's 2 straight possessions. You punt it, and they scored 10 points off of it. Now the score is tied, 20-20. Okay, then you go out there, throw an interception. Lamar Jackson threw an interception. The Bills had to punt the ball. Then you get the ball back. Lamar got the ball back. Had a 13-play drive for 93 yards. He drove all the way down the field from the 5-yard. He went from the 5-yard line all the way to the other 2-yard line. So he drove the length of the field. Had a great drive, and on 4th down, with 4 minutes and 17 seconds left, John Harbaugh, the coach for the Baltimore Ravens, decided to go for to go for it on 4th down, to go for the touchdown versus the field goal. I have a problem with this. It's 4 minutes and 17 seconds left. Yes, your defense is looking bad right now, okay, because the Bills are coming back. That's why I'm driving down the field. But at the same time, if I score a field goal right here, and let's say Josh Allen drives down the field and score a touchdown, I might have a chance to score again to win the game. Or if I score this field goal and Josh Allen go out there and throw an interception, which he has done this game, or a fumble or anything could have happened, so I could have won that game then and there. But John Harbaugh want to be Mr. Know-it-all, want to be Mr. Win now, want to be Mr. Play to win, don't play the play to win, not play not to lose, which can hurt you sometimes. I tell people all the time, whenever you're up, right, and you play not to lose, you could end up losing that league. You play conservative, right? But when you're in games like this and it's tied, you got to play to win. And you got to play not to lose in this situation, because if you go for the touchdown, which they did, and don't score, then bad things can happen. On that 4th down, Lamar Jackson threw an interception on the 2-yard line. Okay, now some people can say, and they want to look at it deeper, and they can say, Lamar, you can't throw an interception in the end zone because now they get the ball on the 20, right? If you're not going to get the first down, throw the ball away or try to run, do something. Make them have to take the ball from the 2-yard line going out. You see what I'm saying? That makes sense. Don't throw the ball don't throw an interception in the end zone, because then they get the ball on the 20. So he threw an interception. Josh Allen got the ball on the 20, drove down the field, scored a field goal. So basically, and look at the stats. In the first half, Lamar had 108 passing yards and 1 touchdown, had 23 rushing yards. That's not bad. In the second half, Lamar Jackson had 36 passing yards, 2 interceptions, and 51 rushing yards. That is terrible. That is a complete collapse. This is what I've been talking about the past 2 weeks. But people kept texting me saying, Jalen, stop hating on Lamar. I'm not hating. I'm telling y'all what I see. And what I saw the past 2 weeks happened this week against the wrong team, the wrong quarterback, and they capitalized off of a bad second half from Lamar and won the game. Lamar has got to finish games, y'all. He has to. Simple as that, especially when you play good teams, okay? The second game I'm going over is the Jets and the Steelers. The Jets did beat the Steelers 24-20, but I can explain ourselves, okay? We didn't just lay an egg in this game. Some things happened that led to this loss, so let me explain. All right. Mitch Trubisky, he did get benched. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that it was going to happen sooner or later. I was hoping it happened due to injury, because if it happened due to injury, that means Mitch was playing good. Mitch not playing good, we had to take him out. Took him out at halftime. So in the first half, Mitch went 7 for 13, 84 yards, and 1 interception. Now, he did throw a dot in the end zone to Deontay Johnson, and they said that Deontay was out of bounds, which I disagreed with. I thought he scored, but They said he was out of bounds. So Mitch threw no touchdown, threw an interception. All right, Kenny Pickett did come in the second half, went 10 of 13, 120 yards, had 3 interceptions. I'm going to show y'all. And then 6 rushes for 15 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he ran for 2 touchdowns. Zach Wilson, 18 for 36, 252 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. All right, we was down 3-10 going into halftime. We tried to throw a Hail Mary. Mr. Trubisky gets hit. So a late hit. They call roughing the passer, which put us in field goal range. We kick a field goal. Now it's 6-10 versus 3-10 going to halftime. I immediately wrote that down and said this was a turning point of the game. You cannot let us get momentum going into halftime. Could have been 3-10. Now it's 6-10. All right. Then we come out, and Kenny Pickett is the starter. I was a little shocked, honestly. I didn't think he was going to do it, but we did. Okay, Kenny Pickett came out, and he did throw an interception his first drive. Now, this play, I wasn't proud of it. I wasn't proud of the decision, right? Chase Claypool, yes, you got to go up and make that play, but at the same time, Kenny did let the ball hang a little bit. I didn't like the decision just to throw it up like that on first down and 10, okay? Like I said, you can argue that Chase didn't make a play, but I can also argue that wasn't a smart decision, okay? Rookie mistake, I can live with it. So, in the second half, the Steelers defense did come to play. Third quarter, the Jets did not score, but they did score 14 in the fourth quarter. And it kind of didn't go our way because in the fourth quarter, the Jets scored, right? So, Kenny Pickett came out and scored 2 touchdowns. So, now we're up 20-10, right? Then the Jets get the ball back, and the Jets come out and they score. Drove down the field and scored. And now Kenny Pickett gets the ball back. And on this play, I thought he was throwing the ball away. I really thought he was throwing the ball away. But some people argue that he was just trying to make a play to Pat Freiermuth. But I thought he was throwing it away. And then Pat jumped up and tipped it, and it turned into an interception. All right, so that was the game changer right there because after that, Jets got the ball with 3 minutes and 34 seconds left. They walked down the field. Time ticked off, and when it got to 2 minutes, so for those of y'all that don't know, when it's under 2 minutes, if any player gets hurt, they would charge that team a timeout. So it just so happened that while the Jets was driving, right, we should start calling timeouts, right, so that we can save time. So if they score, then we'll have time with the ball. Well, Minka Fitzpatrick gets hurt. We got to burn a timeout. Now we got 2 timeouts left. Like 2 plays later, Cameron Hayward gets hurt. Now we got to burn 2 timeouts. We have 1 timeout left, and they're still about to score. So the game is after Cameron Hayward got hurt, I said, okay, it's over with. And both of them did come back to play, so it's nothing serious. But I'm like, okay, it's over because we don't have any timeouts left. We only have 1 timeout. It's not enough. We got the ball back with 16 seconds, and then Kenny Pickett threw a Hail Mary, got intercepted. That was the third interception. All right, so the first interception was to Chase Claypool. I didn't agree with the decision. And then the second one, I thought he threw it away, and then he threw a Hail Mary at the end, okay? But this play, now I'm about to show y'all that Kenny Pickett made. This showed me that he is the guy. He is our franchise quarterback. This is who we're moving forward with. He is him. I'm not going to say him, but he is our guy. Okay, this play, I played quarterback before, and you either make this play or you don't. This kind of play shows who you are as a quarterback. Some quarterbacks are scared of contact. So what quarterbacks would do, if they see somebody coming to pressure them, they would try to run away versus taking the hit and throwing the ball. Now, there's other quarterbacks that will take the hits, that love taking hits, will sit there and take a hit to make a throw, to make a play, and he did. He took a hit, and this wasn't no regular OD lineman. This was Quinnen Williams. For those of y'all that know him from Alabama, nice D lineman. Came in and smacked Kenny, but Kenny sat in the pocket, stood strong, made the pass, and that's the kind of plays we need. Okay, they showed, I followed this one Steelers fan page, and they showed one play where Mitch kind of had the same situation, but Mitch ran. Mitch tried to scramble and got sacked. Kenny stood there, stood strong, stood tall, and made the pass. That's a great play. After that play, I was just excited for him being our future quarterback. Okay, so whether the game we win, lose, or tie, I still look at that play, and I tell y'all, this is the Kenny Pickett that we're going to get from here on out. He's going to take hits. He's going to make throws. And like I say, he ran 2 touchdowns. Okay, so now we have mobility. We haven't had mobility at the QB position for the past 5-6 years with Ben, right? When Ben started getting older, he couldn't move anymore. And he can never move like Kenny can. Kenny is way faster than Ben was, and Kenny can move. And obviously, Kenny not scared of contact because both of the touchdowns was through contact. One was a QB sneak, and then one was like a read option pass, and then he pulled it and he ran. All right, so the future is bright for Pittsburgh. I'm not saying the season is over, but we are definitely close to the panic button. We play the Bills this week. Kenny Pickett's first official start is against the Bills, okay, in Buffalo. Right, that's not the typical. That's not when you want to start a rookie, but we have to do something. Mike Tomlin made the decision, and I stand by any decision that Mike Tomlin makes, okay? We're going with Kenny into Buffalo. Let's see what can happen. Now, as a Steelers fan in the past, I can tell y'all, we lose games that we're supposed to win, like the Jets, but then we win games that we're supposed to lose. Last year, we came out week 1 against the Bills in Buffalo, and we won that game. Yes, we had TJ Watt. Yes, we had Ben. I understand that. But over my past 19 years of living, the Steelers definitely win games that we're supposed to lose, and we lose games we're supposed to win. So I'm still going into this week with an open mind. Put your money on the Bills, but y'all see what I'm saying? I'm not giving up yet. We still okay. All right, Chiefs and the Bucks Sunday Night Football. The Chiefs did beat the Bucks 41-31. Okay, Mahomes. I'm sorry, scratch that. Can I make a case for Minkah Fitzpatrick as the Defensive Player of the Year, please? 3 interceptions in 4 games and a touchdown. Let me just make that case right now. I think we should go ahead and stamp that. I said it'll be TJ Watt. TJ Watt's been hurt, so Minkah Fitzpatrick is taking my pick. I think he should be Defensive Player of the Year. No doubt about it. Between him and maybe Nick Bosa. All right, I had to throw that out there. I forgot. But now, Chiefs and the Bucks, Sunday Night Football. The Chiefs did win 41-31. Okay, Mahomes, 23 of 37, 249 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Okay, Brady, 39 of 52, 385 yards, 3 touchdowns. So both quarterbacks had a pretty good game. But this game, when you play the Chiefs, man, you can't start off slow. You can't let them get hot so early, because then sometimes you can't put the fire out. Right? Sometimes that happens. All right, Chiefs run offense. Chiefs. This is a team that we look at and we say Mahomes is going to eat. Mahomes is going to cook. Mahomes is going to pass the ball. Well, the Chiefs had 37 carries for 189 yards against the Bucks defense, against that Todd Bowles defense. That's not right. That's not common. Okay, that's very rare. So when that does happen, the Bucks are not going to win because they're beating you on the ground, and then of course Mahomes is going to beat you through the air. So that was a huge factor in this game. 37 carries, 189 yards. That's very uncharacteristic of the Bucks defense, and that's very uncharacteristic of the Chiefs, who's not really run offense. Time of possession, the Chiefs dominated 38 minutes and 38 seconds. The Bucks had the ball for 21 minutes and 22 seconds. All right, so they dominated on the ground, which leads to possession time, right? When you're running the ball, that's eating up clock. That's making longer drives, especially when you're not popping 50-yard runs or 75-yard runs. When you're getting 5 yards to carry, right? That's going to eat up clock. So now you have the ball for 38 minutes and 38 seconds. You're going to win that. We're supposed to win that game. Now, the Bucks had 2 fumbles that led to touchdowns, okay? The Bucks lost the fumble on the very first kickoff. On kickoff, like the very first play of the game, they fumbled. Chiefs got the ball in 3 plays. They scored real quick. That can't happen against Mahomes and them boys. You gotta be able to value every time you get the ball. When you fumble, you're not valuing your possession. And then the Chiefs went forward on 4. So the Chiefs scored the first 3 times they had the ball. So the first 3 drives they ever had the ball, they scored. That's too hot of a start. Then they get the ball. They went forward on 4th down. They missed, but Brady came right back and fumbled. And Brady fumbled, the Chiefs went and scored. So 2 fumbles led to 2 touchdowns. That cannot happen against the Chiefs. You can't give Mahomes extra possessions, because then he's going to end up capitalizing. He's going to end up scoring. The Bucks was down 28-17 in the first half, and then so really them 2 turnovers is what hurt them, because in the second half they outscored them 14-13. Right, and I think most of Brady's touchdown, yards came and kind of like we're down 2 possessions, we gotta throw the ball. So I don't think the Bucks are an air it out offense. They was this game because they're playing from behind. They're still trying to run through Leonard Fournette, which can create the pass. But this game was lost simply because turning the ball over twice, they scored off of it, and the Chiefs scored in the first 40 seconds of the game, and they was kicking. That cannot happen. That just can't happen. So the Bucks lost this game from the jump. They got beat in every phase. I'm not worried about the Bucks, but the Chiefs looked like a dominant team in this game, especially on the ground, which is scary because you think Mahomes is going to air it out all day. No, they can run the ball too. So this is a scary team going down the stretch. All right, 49ers beat the Rams. Okay, the Rams, are we hitting the panic button? Are we not? I wouldn't hit it, but some people are starting to hit it already. The 49ers beat the Rams 24-9. Okay, Matthew Stafford, 32 of 48, 254 yards and an interception. Jimmy G, 16 of 27, 239 yards and 1 touchdown. Look, Matthew Stafford, no, Cooper Kupp had 14 catches for 122 yards. Cooper Kupp is the best receiver in the league. I have to say that because it's a difference between I'm just throwing to this guy all day, but he's getting open. He's getting 14 catches. Who does that? 14 catches for 122 yards. He is definitely the most valuable receiver right now in the league. And I think the Rams, if they want to be successful, you got to find success outside of Cooper Kupp. Because outside of Cooper Kupp, Stafford only threw 132 yards. Right? You threw 122 of your yards to Cooper Kupp. So you got to be able to find other people to make plays. Allen Robinson, the receiver I thought would come in and make plays. They don't throw him the ball. They only want Cooper Kupp to get the ball. All right, so you got to find offense outside of that. The 49ers, this is why I took them out of my Super Bowl pick because of Jimmy G. But when you have Deebo Samuel, who's getting 106 yards after the catch, which means I'm throwing him a short pass, and he takes it for 57. Like this play right here, he caught the ball for maybe like 10 yards, and then he ran 57. So that's making Jimmy G's job so easy, and that's why I tell y'all, Kyle Shanahan, this offense is built for a quarterback that's average, but if they get a quarterback like Trey Lance, they should be very dominant, and that's why I picked this team. But Trey Lance get hurt, so I'm not really sold on him anymore. But hey, if Deebo Samuel's gonna carry your offense like this, then hey, why not? Why can't this team be good? And they only had 88 rushing yards. This is a running offense. They run the ball, then they pass off the run. So they only had 88 rushing yards. But like I said, we have Deebo Samuel that makes plays, and we have a defense that has 7 sacks. Okay. And 1 interception for a touchdown. So they got a pick 6. They had 7 sacks, and they only allowed 57 rushing yards. 57 rushing yards to the Rams, who's also a team that likes to run the ball sometimes. That's a great defense. This defense is definitely top 3. Might be the best defense in the league right now. Nick Bosa, I told y'all earlier, Minka Fitzpatrick can win Defensive Player of the Year, but Nick Bosa might just win it because Nick Bosa in this game alone had 3 sacks and 14 pressures, y'all. 3 times he hit Matt Stafford and took him down, and 14 times he was in his face on the pass. That is a great defensive player. That's a one-man wrecking crew, basically. All right, and then the Rams with Aaron Donald. I think they're missing Von Miller because they had 0 sacks. Okay, Aaron Donald, of course, the most double-team player in the league. All right, so the Rams have got to fix it fast, and the 49ers keep playing defense, great defense, and Jimmy G take care of the ball. They'll be just fine. All right, Raiders. I say my Raiders because I told y'all I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. The Raiders did get their first win. Thank God. They beat the Broncos 32-23, y'all. Derek Carr, 21 of 34, 188 yards, 7 carries for 40 yards. Not a pretty game. Pretty ugly game, honestly. I'm going to tell y'all why they won in a minute. Russell Wilson went 17 of 25, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 carries, 29 yards, and a touchdown. This might have been Russell Wilson's best game as a Bronco, but did not result in a win. Unfortunately for Bronco Nation, Bronco Country, y'all lost y'all franchise y'all running back right now, Javonte Williams, to a torn ACL. Okay, so Melvin Gordon will be running the show from here on out. And speaking of Melvin Gordon, he's the reason why y'all kind of lost this game because of that fumble that the Raiders did take to the house. As y'all see, Melvin Gordon got to hang on to that ball. You are the lead back right now, so you cannot fumble games away like you did in this game. Josh Jacobs. I like this game because it didn't look pretty for Derek Carr in the air, right? I mean, it looked good for Devontae Adams, had 9 catches, 102 yards, but Derek Carr threw for 188. I told y'all they should be in shootouts every game. But if you have Josh Jacobs, right, who had 28 carries, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 catches for 31 yards, the offense went through him. Okay, and this is Josh Jacobs. This is a player that they didn't pick up his 5th-year option, which means his 5th year he can become a free agent, right? After this year, he becomes a free agent. That means they don't really like what they're seeing from you, but now they're seeing a lot. The Raiders offense in general had 212 total rushing yards. So this showed me that, look, Josh McDaniels, who has Derek Carr, Hunter Renfrow, Devontae Adams, Darren Waller, right? If I was an OC, I would throw the ball all day long. But he showed me that when he sees the run is working, he's going to stick with it. And I like that because some games, the pass not going to be there. You got to run the ball. And when you have weapons like that at receiver, it's so hard to say, okay, we're going to stop throwing it, we're going to run it. But he did. They ran the ball 28 times with Josh Jacobs alone, and they had 212 total rushing yards. So Josh Jacobs was the MVP of that game, and Josh McDaniels the MVP because he decided, look, we just going to run the ball. Even though I got great set receivers, even though I got a pretty good quarterback, we're going to run the ball. And I like that because that shows in the future they can run the ball to win games. And that makes me very confident. So they get their first win of the season. Broncos, time to hit the panic button. The Broncos are not who we thought they would be. And we're going to see them again Thursday night against the Colts, y'all. Now, the only good news for the Broncos, right, and it's Thursday night football, Broncos and Colts. The only good thing for the Broncos is that Jonathan Taylor's out with an ankle injury. Jonathan Taylor is hurt, okay? So that's the top running back in the league, right? And this offense with Jonathan Taylor only had 88 rushing yards a game. Okay, so the offense is still struggling, honestly. Even though they have a great O-line and a great running back, they're still struggling to run the ball. And then the Broncos allow 114 yards per game, which is 18th in the NFL. So if I'm the Colts, I'm still trying to run the ball, but I don't have Jonathan Taylor. And then the Broncos, y'all don't have Devontae Williams, right? He out for the season. So two big injuries for these offenses. So if I had to pick a team, really this is flip a coin because I don't like neither team the way they're looking right now, especially with the Colts without Jonathan Taylor and Russell without Javonte Williams. But I got to go with the Colts, okay? I'm going with the Colts because I don't like Nathaniel Hackett as a head coach. I think he's made way too many major errors so far this season already. And this team is just not what we thought they would be, okay? So I'm going with the Colts on Thursday night, even though they don't have Jonathan Taylor. I still think their O-line is good enough to run against a defense that allows 114 yards per game. Run the ball with Naheem Hines, okay? Make something work. All right, Matt Ryan, you got to make plays when they need you, okay? Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, they're out there. Use them. You got a pretty good O-line. You should be just fine. Yes, the Broncos have a pretty good defense, but I don't believe in this Broncos offense against a Colts defense that's actually pretty good. They're pretty nice on paper. All right, so my Thursday night football pick is the Colts, and they're going against the Broncos, okay? That is it for episode 8, y'all. I'm back and I ain't going nowhere. Okay, I made a mistake last week. Didn't post the episode because I got busy. All right, had to go see my girl Mary J. Had to go home to see the fam. All right, family always come first. Y'all remember that family does come first no matter what it is in life. All right, so I will see y'all on Friday. I promise this time I will see y'all on Friday. All right, much love and I'm out.